I'm Destiny Clark, and I am the writer, animator, and producer of the short film Persephone. The concept of Persephone started a few years ago when I wrote this script in the spring of 2018 for a script writing class at HBU. And we were supposed to do an adaptation of a pre-existing story, and I decided to do Persephone because I was always interested in Greek mythology, and the story of Persephone was always particularly interesting to me. The script was initially supposed to be a serious drama, but as I was writing the script, it just wasn't working. The tone was just off, so I just decided to let go and turn it into this goofy comedy.
Don't you wish that Satan was hot like me?
Which seemed to work much better, and my classmates enjoyed it. And it actually got second place in the short script contest for the adaptation category. And because the characters are so goofy and their personalities are so amplified, I felt that this would work best as an animation. So I decided on 2D animation. So I completed this animation using apps in the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite. So this was all done in Adobe applications. The process began in Adobe Fresco, where I drew the character sketches, and I was basically just trying to get the personalities of the characters as I wrote them in the script. So after I did the sketches in Fresco, I then had to create the puppets in Adobe Illustrator, as well as the scenery in Adobe Illustrator. So essentially, in Illustrator, you just make layers with each part of the body. So you have a layer for the face background, a layer for the mouth, for the left leg, for the right leg, etc. There are also body parts that need to be swapped out. For example, I did different hands, so like a hand that's pointing, a hand that's in a fist, a hand that's just at rest, so that when I was animating, I could swap through those. And for the mouth, I did the same thing because these characters have to speak. So when you do the lip sync, you have to have different mouth shapes for different sounds that are commonly said when you're speaking, like ah, e, So after I made the puppets in Illustrator, I sent the script out to my cast, and the casting was basically just friends and family who agreed to help me with this project. Once I got the audio back from them, I had to mix the audio in Adobe Audition, which basically I had to remove background noise, compress the vocals, and then sync up the different tracks so that they're having a conversation. So I would have to cut together Hades' track with Demeter's track, for example. So once the audio was done, I then moved into Adobe Character Animator, where I animated the characters to speak and to move. So once you put the Illustrator puppet into Character Animator, you have to rig the puppet, which basically is like creating a human skeleton. So you have feet, you have sticks that act like bones so that the leg doesn't bend in the wrong places. And in Character Animator, there is an automatic lip sync, so I can put in the audio and have Character Animator compute the audio and then put out the proper mouth sounds. And usually it's a little bit off, so then you then have to go in manually and swap certain sounds out because it heard them wrong, or put sounds in because it didn't hear anything. And you also have dragger handles on the hands and the feet, so you can get those to move. And you can control the puppet with your face via your webcam. So if you move your head from side to side, the puppet will move its head from side to side. Or you can move your eyebrows up and down and the puppet will move its eyebrows with you. After Character Animator, I moved into Adobe After Effects, and this is where I put the characters into their scenery that I previously created in Adobe Illustrator. Most of the scenery was created by myself. There are some props that I downloaded from free-to-use websites, such as the Aphrodite statue or the Hercules painting, but majority of the scenery I did create myself. So from After Effects, I then moved into Adobe Premiere Pro, where I put these short scenes together, such as just a scene of a character walking in, and I'll put it in sequence with another scene and so on and so forth until you get eventually the entire film in sequential order. Throughout the process of making this animation, I learned a lot of new things. There were a lot of firsts with this project. Like, I had never done a 2D animation like this before. I'd never drawn my own characters. So I basically just looked up YouTube tutorials on how to draw cartoon characters and just did it from there. I had also never used Adobe Character Animator, so there was quite a big learning curve with this, but the programs are fairly intuitive and there are a lot of resources out there. It was a pretty long process. I started working on this project before the semester even started back in November, and I'm just now finishing up, so it's been months of long work, but I believe the end result is more than I expected. My cast was amazing and very cooperative. The animation, though challenging at times, went very smoothly. So I hope you all enjoy the film. I will be including a link to the full film so you can watch that if you like. So thank you for your time and your consideration. I hope you enjoy.